So Kevin Hart and Katt Williams, the beef continues. So at a recent Netflix party, the two men were seen both being there, but not at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And your girl, Tiffany Haddish.
That's not my girl. That messy bitch.
She is in full form, and she said basically that Katt Williams. She basically implied that Katt Williams left because he heard Kevin Hart was on his way or coming.
Mm-hmm.
But my boy Katt, he said all truths will be revealed.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and said, no, y'all told him I left so he could come.
So he pulled up because he knew it was safe.
So do we think this is going to be a forever beef, or do you think we get these two gentlemen to ever, make bygones be bygones?
I think it might be a forever beef because I don't see Kevin addressing this directly enough to end the beef.
Yeah, and I think when he did that whole drug shit on the Breakfast Club, that was kind of a mark where we can't ever come back from whatever we had beforehand. Because for you to come up there and put my, alleged drug addictions, even though he's never copped to him, his alleged drug addiction on Front Street on a national platform in that kind of manner, we can't come back off that. Even after we fight, we can't come back from that.
Yeah.
Because you just completely tried to belittle my brand, my personality. I got kids. I got family members that you just sullied my name. And then you did it for a comedian that arguably is only there because you're giving her a handout. And Tiffany Haddish. So, I mean, I think it's interesting just seeing how Netflix is like, we don't give any fuck. We gonna have both of y'all.
Yeah, and then we're gonna post y'all specials within weeks of each other.
It wasn't even a special, the weeks of each other. He did the fucking his special.
Yeah.
The next night with the Tom Brady roast that was hosted by Kevin Hart was the next night. So I mean,
and then there was something that Kevin dropped. It was like with Dave Chappelle, like a friend show thing.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Kevin is making plays. He still hasn't slowed up. He hasn't shown any sign of falling off. No matter what you do to him, nigga's been in car accidents. Nigga done had cheating scandals, multiple cheating scandals. Like, you can't stop Kevin Hart from bringing the funny.
At this point, no, you can't.
I mean, in a way, though, you kind of got to think about it. He is kind of has a great little tragic actor, comedian story in a way. Like that, that quintessential, all this bad stuff going on in my life. Like, he has enough to do multiple, like, series on his life. Because just alone,
he already did that limited Netflix shit.
But there's so much more stories you could do that.
That was like, people were saying that was loosely about his life.
It was loosely about the situation where he got exposed for cheating on his wife, and a friend was blackmailing him. So it was loosely based on that. Like, but he has tons of experiences now. Like, he's literally went the gauntlet of comedians. Like, when you just think about that tragic, sad clown, in a way, he kind of is that.
Is he?
More than anyone else, because he's still going in front of the camera trying to act like it's all good, but you can see the pain. Like, there was a video where he was like, it was him, Usher, and Lotto, I think, was in the club, and you see like Usher looking tired and old. They go to Lotto, and then you see Kevin Hart. He's just like, yo, when can we go home? Like, I'm fucked up.
But Usher looked a little lit. He was like, with Lotto. Lotto was like rapping at him. He was like, get it, girl. And then they pan to Kevin, and Kevin is like, please, I'm in my 40s.
Like, he's like, free me from this trauma.
It's hilarious, yeah.
So we'll see where things will lead off to. I wonder if he's going to take, because do you feel like he's taking a break in any real capacity? Or I think he may have slowed down in some of the movie department, but
he definitely has slowed down. But like, as compared to other comedians, Kevin Hart's breaks like aren't long enough.
Yeah, I think that's that kind of reason why it doesn't resonate. At least the specials haven't resonated as of late, because it doesn't feel like it's him working along the joke. It seems like it's somebody else's joke that he just tries to do the Drake thing we talk about, where adding your own kind of sauce to it, when it's like, you haven't really lived with this joke yet.
That's what I was literally about to say. Kevin Hart calls himself a comedic rock star, and he puts out specials at like a rate where like they're watered down. You have a specific formula. The art is not really there, but like it's basic and it's enjoyable enough, and it reminds me of Drake. Like Kevin Hart, comedian wise, is like the Drake of the comedian community.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about. I think we had some technical issues or something by that, but we didn't talk about Kevin Katt Williams special, and how it was received, because I saw a lot of people giving it not the best.
It wasn't
review,
the best,
but it wasn't. He didn't really come with a lot of heat, and I think for a while now, I've noticed it after he did the Joe Budden interview, like during the pandemic, where he talked about if you can't be funny in the type of climate, then it's on
comedy.
you. Yeah, it's on you, not on the audience to accept you and what you're saying. And ever since that, it just feels like his comedy has been so watered down. He talks about, oh, I don't want to get canceled and all this other stuff. It's like,
I feel like Katt Williams' comedy, like if you look back at the best specials that he's had, his comedy has never been like offensive.
I mean,
it's been relatable.
Some could say poor little Tank was offensive.
That's literally the only joke. I was just about to say poor little Tink, but that's the only one.
There's some other ones that's been close to the
that
edge.
I can think of, like off top of my head.
There's something that's been close to the edge, but to me, I feel like the way that he's been a comedian over the years, like that's part of course. Like you should be able to go over those lines and dabble here and there, and still be able to find the humor in it if you're that good, and still be able to not feel like as an audience member he's holding back.
That's what I felt.
What he's saying.
When in Katt's latest special, what I've like the overwhelming sense that I had was that like he wanted me to think that this was more hard hitting than it actually was. Mm-hmm. He the main thread of the special was like, oh, I'm not afraid to expose these things. And then all of the things were like, yeah, nigga, we know. Like, you're not exposing anything for real. So if that was like the foundation of the special, then it didn't hit. So that's why I didn't enjoy it. I was like, nigga, you're not exposing nothing for real. Like, you did that in Shannon's interview. It had the impact that it had. And then I felt like he was trying to ride the wave from Shannon's interview to this special. And it's like, you didn't let... Comedy is not something you can do where you like try to like... You can't chase moments. Like, you have to let things breathe naturally and develop so that you can do your job as a comedian and tell us the story the way that you tell us. Like, it has to be in hindsight. It can't be while it's happening. That's how I think.
And the element of it being risque is just important. Like, that is part of the taboo that comedians challenge.
He kept trying to make us think that it was so much more risque than it actually was. And it was taking away from the comedy for me. It doesn't even matter if what he said was funny. Like, you're trying to make it seem like you're telling us this intense thing, and it's not that.
It was like an Amish woman just showing you her ankle and feeling like she's the biggest slut in the world.
Yes. Like, bitch, show me that clit.
Oh, shit. Not that dirty Amish clit.
We gonna have to...
I can't say that?
Nah. I don't think TikTok is gonna let us say.
Oh, well, yeah. We already cleaned it up
for
TikTok.